Hey YouTube, what's up? This is my second video ever. Just wanted to check in with you guys. Just got home from the gym, which is why my hair looks like this. I just threw it up after it air dried. So I wanted to talk about my diet and what I've been doing lately. So in my last video, I briefly mentioned that, oh shit, I actually forgot to turn this light on. I got this really cool, hold on, I'll show you guys. I got this really cool, you can't even see. So it's a circle that you clip on to your computer or your phone. So cool. It's like, kind of like those Kim Kardashian cases. But it's, I guess, the like more ratchet version. Anyway, so in my last video, I was telling you guys that over the winter, I wasn't happy with. Over the winter, everybody kind of like gets a little fluffier, and I definitely do. I cycle back and forth a lot through the year, just because in the winter you give it a little less of a shit. But this year I was just like, you know what, like I'm over this. I'm over this winter fluff thing that's happening. You know, there's plenty of people out there that are maintaining their weight that they want throughout the whole year, and they're not trying that hard. They're just adopting a new lifestyle for themselves and finding what works for them and then maintaining it throughout the year. And then, you know, maybe you're trying to lose a couple pounds when summer's coming because you want to look a little bit better in your bikini. Like, that's what my goal is, and it has always been. And ever since my competition days, it's just been a roller coaster, like yo-yoing back and forth, and I'm over it. I hate it. I can't stand this try to get to where you want to be, and then, okay, like, bop around for the summer, and then, you know what, like, I don't care anymore. Like, I'm not half naked in front of strangers anymore. Like, I don't need to care. You do. Especially because I always buy jeans, and they don't fit year-round. Like, I have to have, like, winter jeans and summer jeans. Like, forget about the color, whether they're light wash or dark wash. Like, they're different sizes completely right now. And it's not cool. You know, I want to look the same year-round. And so that's my goal right now. You know, trying to find a lifestyle that is something I can maintain throughout the year. You know, it's not... Sorry, Alexa's freaking out. So yeah, that's my goal. So I got to a weight in the winter, and I was like, whoa, like, pump the brakes. This cannot go on any further. So that's when I signed up for Equinox. You know, Farrah and I went for this 3-week trial. Her friend got us hooked up with one. He's a manager there, and it was just like, we walked in the doors, we saw all these people, and everyone there was so fit. I mean, every girl is like that typical, like, yogi, like, slender, like, fit body, or like the cyclists or whatever. Like, all the girls there were just like super fit, and it was just like such a change from the New York Sports Club that I was going to in Hoboken, where people were just like trying to get fit. No offense to like the few girls that were actually pretty in shape, but just being around those people really kind of put it into perspective for me, because all these people are working full-time jobs. You know, they're coming in their business casual in the locker room, and then they're leaving with a fit body. Like, it's possible to work at a desk job and still get these results that you want. So I was like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it. Forget about genetics, which a lot of them definitely have on their side. But I was like, okay, you know, like, let's figure this out. Like, step one, signed up for the gym, because the best thing for me is to be around people that are doing what I should be doing, and that are motivating you. Like, same thing with your job. You know, if you're the shark in a tank of fish, you're not really going to grow and progress and strive to be better. But if you're a small fish in a tank of sharks, you know, you're forced to level up a little bit or get eaten. But that's fine. So yeah, step one was signing up for the gym and just being around people that are going to motivate you Um, and it really helped me. You know, everyone there is not floating around and chatting. You know, you notice a definite difference in the culture at this gym. It's like everyone's there for one thing and one thing only. You know, there's not people like stopping and chatting and making weekend plans, and just like they're there for one thing, and that's to get more fit. Um, you know, you do better at work when you're in shape. You know, it's just there's plenty of studies out there that the better shape you're in and the better looking you are, the better you do in business. It's just facts, people. So, yeah, that was step one. And then step two was get my diet on track. So the first thing I did was I stopped drinking as much during the week. I love going out and I love socializing, but unfortunately those calories add up really quickly, and I like to eat because I'm hungry all the time. So in order to maintain those calories throughout the day and still keep eating how you want, that's going to fuel your workouts and really help you progress how you want, you have to give up those alcohol calories during the week. You know, I tried to limit it to maybe like 2 days max if I could. You know, obviously things come up, you know, birthdays during the week or whatever, but I really tried to make an effort to cut that back a lot. Another thing that I cut out was my lattes. I used to have a latte at least once a day, and those are just full of sugar, and that kind of sugar is just going to go straight to like stomach fat and sit there and live there and make itself a home, and it's not welcome here. So I was like, okay, cutting that out. I cut out dairy. You know, I'll still have something once in a while. I'm pretty sensitive to it, so I try to avoid it anyway, aside from weight loss goals. And then I don't really have anything with gluten in it. So I'm pretty much gluten-free and dairy-free, I would say 90% of the time. And when I do have it, it's like my body responds really badly to it. This past Sunday, I had challah French toast for breakfast just because I was home. I went to the diner. And then I had, what did I have? I had some crazy stuff during the day. I had a lot of dairy. I just love dairy. It's so good. Ugh, I hate giving it up. But, yeah, so I had a bunch of stuff. I was at my parents' house all weekend just having a lot of things that I don't normally have. I don't eat processed foods. And I don't eat a ton of simple carbs, really. I try to stick to things like sweet potatoes and rice and things that are going to keep me fuller for longer. Just because, like I said, I am always hungry. So if stuff can fill me up, I'd rather have that. So I ate a lot of weird stuff my body wasn't used to, and then Monday, Tuesday, and most of Wednesday, my body was just like bloated, retaining crazy amounts of water. I think I shot up like 4 pounds, I think like 3 or 4 pounds, from what I was on Friday. And it's water weight, you know, it's going to go away, but, it's just such a like mind game that your body plays with you. But it's just a reminder that you do have to keep yourself on track on the weekends too. So yeah, so I pretty much cut out dairy, cut out gluten, my lattes, and yes. So then this past week, not this past week, the one before, I tried to start intermittent fasting because my friend David recommended it and a bunch of other people were doing it. It's like the big trend online right now. I don't really love it. I think that I like to eat for more hours in the day. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as you're staying within your calories and your macros for the day. I track everything on MyFitnessPal on my phone. And I pretty much, I went online. I use iifym.com to calculate what my macros and calories should be for the day. And I can link that down here so you guys can check it out for yourself and get a better idea of what you should be eating. But I pretty much look at what my maintenance calories are, and I try to take it down by maybe a couple hundred, just so that I'm in a deficit for the week. I don't know if you know this, but you have to be in a deficit of 3,500 calories total for the week in order to lose a pound. So weight loss is all just a numbers game. If you can track stuff and, track what you're taking in for the day and track what you're burning for the day, it's really just a numbers game for how much you're able to lose in a certain amount of time. So it's not that hard. The intermittent fasting thing was just because I like structure. I like putting parameters around things so that I don't go buck wild with my eating. But I think that tracking is fine for me for right now. It's an 8-hour eating window and a 16-hour fasting window that I was following, and it's like if you start at 8:30 and finish at 4:30. I don't know. I was just really hungry at night. I would be coming home from the gym at 8 o'clock, and I'm like, I can't. So I'm probably not going to do that. I'll probably set a cutoff time for eating, though, because it is better to cut off a little bit earlier in the night so that you're not eating right up until you go to bed. But yeah, those are the things that I've done so far. Since I had that moment back in the winter before I signed up for Equinox. Excuse me, that was gross. I did lose, so I'll be transparent. I was up to, I think, 167, I think, which sounds crazy, but it's not because I do have a lot of muscle on me. But I am still at like a much higher body fat percentage than I was, especially back in my competing personal training days. It happens. But we're working on it, so hopefully that'll go down soon. So I got up to like 167, which is like seriously not okay. And now I am on most days like 155, so more than 10 pounds. But my goal is around 145. That's usually where I'm happiest. So I have about another 10 pounds to go. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because it's working. Just eating really clean, not eating processed foods. I drink a buttload of water. I have this thing with me at all times. I'm always shaking it up. I use these, hold please. Ooh, I use these BCAAs because sometimes I get tired of drinking water all day, and instead of having like an iced tea or something that is gonna, actually iced tea can be unsweetened, but basically just to get me to drink more water, I always have this on hand. I have like a couple scoops a day. I think you're supposed to keep it under 4 scoops a day. I definitely go over that sometimes just because I love the taste of it. It's rainbow ice flavors. I'm not sponsored by them, so don't think this is an ad. This is just me really enjoying a product. But yeah, I drink a lot of water. I don't eat processed foods. I don't have dairy. I don't have gluten. And yeah, it's working for me right now. If I change anything up, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, that is where my diet's at right now. And if you guys have any recommendations for things that have helped you really break through and jump into the weight loss zone, let me know. My cousin requested a video of everyday makeup, so that's going to be my next one. I'll probably put that up this weekend for you guys, so stay tuned for that. It's really quick, really easy, just what I do every day before work. It takes me like 5 minutes. And then I might throw in a second half of the video for how to curl my hair, because I do this weird thing with a straightener that my friend Gabby taught me in college, which is much different from the wanded look that you see a lot of girls doing now. So I think it'll be an everyday makeup and quick curling your hair video. So stay tuned for that. It'll probably be up like this weekend or so. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it's helpful. Definitely some tips that you can try, and the main thing is just being consistent with it and just waiting for results to happen, because as long as you're eating clean and working out and eating in a deficit, you're going to lose weight. It just takes time. That's all. Lots of patience. All right. Thanks, guys.